Okay, so I picked up my groceries and now I have one more trip to make to pick up something on my list. And then I will take Rusty for another long walk and see if we can get our 10,000 steps in this today, since I wasn't able to do it yesterday. So I'm feeling really great. And I recognize that even after this fast, I really have to be conscious about drinking an adequate amount of water, because I have not been, I realize that from doing this fast, that I really don't drink a lot of water. So I'm gonna really try and make that a new practice. Regardless of what I'm eating, I'm gonna make sure I'm drinking at least 2 liters of water and take it from there. So since this is day 7 and I've been running around a lot, I'm going to do a two-parter. I'm gonna make this day 7 part 1 and 2, just so it's not this long, endless video that I'm putting up. I'll split it into 2 parts. Okay, so I'm gonna run to the grocery outlet, bargain market, and pick up the last few things that I need. Okay, bye. All right, welcome back to part 2 of day 7 of my 7-day fast. So this has been by far the most fun I've had doing nothing, really, in a long time. I woke up feeling great. I did sleep in, so I got a late start to the day. So I'm not sure when this is gonna post up, but I'm gonna try and get it up tonight, at least part 1. But for today, I just want to say this 7-day fast has been so fabulous. I have loved the entire experience. Even when I wasn't feeling all that energetic, I wasn't feeling cranky. And I feel like I learned a lot because I used some time during this week to also research about fasting, just to make sure I'm on top of things. And, picked up some new information. And while I'm sad to see this fast end, but it needs to end because this is not sustainable. But I really feel now that I've started this fast, like the idea of reaching my 175-pound goal and being in the best shape of my life by my birthday on May 10th, I know that's going to happen now, because now I know I have more of a strategy from thinking about things over the course of this week with the fasting, of how I want to tackle, that challenge. So when I get through this fasting, I'm going to break my fast I'm going to say tomorrow morning. When I wake up, I will break the fast with a cup of bone broth, and then later in the day, he had a salad or some shirataki noodles and mushrooms to kind of make a soup out of it. So I'm going to have that tomorrow to kind of break my fast so I don't shock my system. And uh, as I've been, saying, like doing research for this, I decided I want to really transition out of this fast and into a more intentional eating plan for myself. So I don't want to have gone through a 7-day fast and then a month later, right before I go into the doctor's office, I'm like, I put all the weight back on. So I want to be really intentional between now and my doctor's appointment. At the very least, I am going to do one, I'm going to plan out my meals for the week, and maybe for the month if I'm feeling ambitious. But I did enough shopping today with what I bought today and what I already have in my apartment that I feel like I can coast through the month of November with no problem, especially if I'm planning my meals out and being very intentional about it. So that the only reason I should need to go shopping is if I run out of some sort of essential like water or, um, I don't know, basically water. So the only reason to go shopping is either for the water, like I said, or to buy something to make for Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving is November and it's just a tradition, even if it's just Rusty and I, that I want to make something of the holiday for the two of us. And since Rusty is going to be 19 years old by on December 4th, I want to make sure I celebrate as many events as possible with him because hopefully my cooking his meals has been helping extend his life expectancy. But at 19, I don't know how much time I have since they say his breed usually is around till about 17. So we're in the plus zone, and I want to see if I can keep him around for 20 years or more. Uh, so I want to make sure I'm celebrating uh, moments with him because I love that dog. Uh, so I'm going to buy something for Thanksgiving, and I already decided since I was at the 99 Ranch Market that I think I wanted, instead of doing a big turkey and then be like, turkey creates a lot of meat for one person, and if I share some of it with Rusty, I don't know if I want to share the Thanksgiving turkey with Rusty because there'll be spices on it, and I don't want to upset his stomach. So I'll get something separate for him that I make. But I'm thinking of getting like a duck from the 99 Ranch Market. I saw there was like a frozen duck that was there, so I may swing by and pick that up and stick that in the freezer for Thanksgiving, and then I'm good to go. But I digress. And I'm going to try not to digress because I had so much going on today. I don't want these to be too long videos. I want them to be short. But uh, the thing that has happened with today, even though I feel great, feel energized, I have had moments of just spacing. So that may be because with my running around, I did bring a bottle of water with me, but I didn't maybe may not have replenished enough to stay sharp, because when I got to the grocery outlet, farmer's market, um, I jumped out of the car without taking the keys out of the ignition, and I locked the door. And as soon as I closed the door, I realized that I didn't take it out of the ignition. So thank God for AAA. I'm putting out a quick short just to say thanks to AAA. Again, I didn't remember to ask the gentleman who came by and opened my door for me what his name was, to give him a personal shout out. But I just wanted to shout out in general to AAA, and I did that a little short. I'm so glad that I'm a member of AAA, because when it happened, I didn't have my AAA card. I had my wallet in my pocket, and I was able to call them, and within about 15 to 20 minutes, they were there in the parking lot of the grocery outlet to get me into my car. So uh, that was an unexpected adventure. And I know it was just because of this fasting that I just was spaced out, because after he left and I went and did my shopping at the grocery outlet, um, when I was leaving, I left my cell phone, at the counter and walked out. And the only reason I remembered that I didn't have my cell phone is because I wanted to capture, you know, exiting the store with my groceries from the grocery outlet, and I realized I didn't have it. So luckily I was able to run back and grab it before anybody else saw it and took it or whatever. So I do recognize from doing this fast that there will be moments of spaciness, because, again, even though I have the ketones burning, I uh, have had some moments of spaciness. And that only really happened today. It's not, it's not like the other days where I felt kind of like a brain fog, where that literally felt like a fog and I couldn't really think. I was feeling very clear minded, but I just spaced out and didn't think about taking the key out, because my mind was like zipping about the thing that I wanted to pick up. Because I wanted to, again, be very intentional when I went into the grocery outlet and not fall into just grabbing stuff, which I did start to do. But then I found, here, I found these, and they're not sponsoring this video at all. This is not any kind of sponsored video, but this chocolate bar, it's called Good Measure, and it's blood sugar friendly. And I noticed on the back that it says it has 3 grams of allulose. Now, I never heard of allulose before today, but earlier in the day, while I was making sure that I got hydrated, I was watching a YouTube video where they were talking about insulin resistance and losing belly weight. So I felt like I was blessed to get that information, because the gentleman was talking about there's a type of sugar called allulose that helps you burn fat as opposed to kind of storing fat. And he had said that he got some sort of chocolate bar that he gets to be able to get the allulose. So this isn't what he was talking about, but when I saw it, I went intentionally to look to see if they had that. Otherwise, I was going to get it on Amazon. But I said, let me check there, because the grocery outlet farm bargain market always has something interesting on sale, and they have kind of a health food section of stuff that I always scan around to see if there's anything on sale. So that box that I got was for $1.99. Usually they're like $4.99. So I got myself a ton of those so that I have on hand some blood sugar friendly snacks in case I have a moment of weakness. I'm not sending my blood sugar spiking. And if anything, I'm giving myself a dessert that will help me with um, burning fat. Yeah, so I'm going to look more into allulose, but when I saw it, I said, I gotta, I took it as a sign because I've never seen this product there before, and it was the only product there that had allulose in it. So I kind of cleared the shelf. And aside from that, uh, I, like I said, had a really great day. I feel like um, being hydrated. That's my lesson for today. Is I need to make sure I stay hydrated because it's like night and day how I'm feeling today. Um, feeling like I could run around, and yeah, there were moments where I was like maybe like tripping over my feet. So there's a little kind of I guess it's spaciness is what I would say. But I felt like I was, I had goals that I set for this day in terms of staying active so that I can burn as much as possible. And I took Rusty for his walk, and I decided I'm going to try and do after I get everything made up, then I'm going to try and do my 10,000 steps. But I want to make sure I don't just go crazy, and I want to make sure I get these two videos up for today. So after I do that, before I go to sleep, I'm going to go give myself a long walk, make sure I hydrate, and just see how far I can go, just to burn as many calories as I can, and then I'm going to come home and go to sleep. So, as I said, today has been a great day. I've learned a lot in terms of needing to make sure that I don't make this 7 days be a wasted experience by putting on the weight that I've lost back on as soon as I start eating again. So I know I need to be really intentional with my eating. And I'm excited to see how many pounds I've lost because I got on the scale this morning, and if I include the 10 pounds that I lost by day 5, I've lost so far, as of this morning, I lost 17 pounds. Now, like I said, because I'm not going to count those first things, because I'm going to assume that I'll probably put on at least the 10 pounds of kind of water weight and, waste that has to be eliminated will still be kind of in my system. So I'm going to assume I will go back up about 10 pounds, possibly. But what I want to do to counteract that, if possible, is to move into this keto diet. And I don't think I said this yet, but I am going to plan out my meals for the month. And what I intend to do for as long as possible, but at least from now until December 10th, when I have my doctor's visit, I am going to transition out of this fast. And as I slowly start eating, with the exception of this weekend, I am going to do 4 days out of the week meals that are ketogenic to kind of keep me in ketosis, burning fat. 2 days that are like sugar recycling days, so that I can continue going to the gym. They said there's a thing, I don't know if I have the right term for it, but like keto cycling, so that for athletes, um, I'm going to do 2 days of eating food without worrying about how many carbs I am eating, and I can kind of load up on whatever carbs without going too crazy. Uh, and then so that'll be for 2 days out of the week, and for 4 days I will be on a ketogenic diet with my carb intake between 20 and 50 grams. So that may be a challenge, but if I have 2 days where I can eat like pasta or bread, even though I want to try and keep that to a minimum, uh, then it'll be more realistic that I can stay on this plan, so that I can also like have some fruit, and beans, because I don't want to give up beans, but beans is something that they don't really say is great for a ketogenic diet. So what I'm going to do is I'll have that on the 2 days uh, when I'm not eating, to stay within 50 grams of carbs. I will have beans and whatever other pasta or whatever I want on those 2 days. And then on the final day, I'll have one day out of the week that I fast. So I'm going to see how that goes in terms of, um, yeah, of doing either a water fast or a juice fast, or just drink like a, a smoothie or a vitamin enriched smoothie. But I want to try and do one day out of the week where I am fasting. That way I don't allow my insulin levels to get too high, because I'm hoping that in these 7 days I've lowered my insulin levels enough to move me in the direction of reversing my type 2 diabetes. So the longer I can stay in ketosis, that means that my insulin levels are low. So I'm hoping I can get them low enough over time that I reverse this type 2 diabetes. That may take a while, but I feel like if I have this plan in place, I can see between now and December 10th how things are going, and then I can talk to my doctor about what I've been doing and take it from there. Okay, so I don't want to keep this going too long, because I know I can start to spiral out, and I want to get these two things up and go for a walk. So I want to thank you for watching this channel, and I want to say again before I go, please, 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 if you are interested in fasting, talk to your doctor before you do anything. I've had experience with doing this, so I feel comfortable being very cautious and watching videos to kind of monitor myself. But I haven't been able to get a doctor's appointment to be able to talk to them beforehand as I planned. Would have happened if I did this, if they kept my appointment in July, but that didn't happen. But I want to encourage any of you, before you consider doing a fast, talk to your doctor, especially if you're taking any kind of medication. You don't want to do anything that, messes with that and throws your body off. So I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not giving out medical advice. I'm just sharing with you the information of what I've been doing. So please, 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 just remember that, to check with your doctor before you do any kind of dramatic thing with your diet. But I really would suggest you talk to your doctor and think about it, because I've had a great time doing this, but you need to be really cautious, especially if you're not in great shape. You don't want to shock your body. Okay, so I just want to put that in there. Thank you so much for coming on this journey with me for 7 days. I will break my fast tomorrow, and I will share with you kind of the next stage of this journey, which is, transitioning out of the fasted state into going on a ketogenic cycling diet between now and December 10th. So wish me luck, and thank you so much for watching. I know I'm getting foggy, but I appreciate all of you who are watching my channel and helping me to grow my channel. So take care, have a great day wherever you are and whatever you're doing, and I will see you again soon. Bisous.